All right, football fans, come on in. A lot of football being played. A lot of interesting games today. Currently watching the Bears game. Plus got Red Zone up, so we'll be giving live updates on that. All right. What up, though? What up, though? What up, though? What's up, fellas? What's going on? Trying to let some people come in before I get to talking. I've been watching every single game today. It's been, man, it's been a good day to watch football. It's been a good day to watch football. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Yeah, we'll talk about those Packers in a minute. What's good, Tez? Man. What's going on? All right. I guess I waited enough. How about them Packers? How about them Packers? Man. Them Packers. You know what? Matter of fact, let's pull that up right quick. Yeah, let's see. We gonna go on to the web and see what the web talking about. Let's see. How about this? Let's just type in FGB in the search bar, see what happened. Oh, look who the first video is. That's from last year though. Oh my god. We hit later. So as you can see, it's a lot of fans out there feeling the same way that we are about the Packers. You got guys in their locker room um talking about that, they can possibly go undefeated. Undefeated. And you lose to the Browns. Hold up, y'all. Hold up. All right, here we go. Let's see. Make this a little bit bigger.
Good snap. Good hold. The kick is on the way.
Game time.
The kick is good.
Got beat by a field goal today, man, versus the Browns. The Browns defense is frightening. I am not looking forward to playing the Browns, bro. I am not. I'm not looking forward to it. Their defense is absolutely ferocious. It's a cheat code. I mean, I don't even know how else to say it, but just watching them today and how many times they got back there in the backfield to get Jordan Love, man. And not only that, as I was mentioning before in my previous video about the Ravens really couldn't do anything. You know what I'm saying? And let's pull that up because I had a couple of comments like, what about the second half? Because they scored this, that. We're gonna go to the second half because the first half they couldn't do anything versus the Ravens. Second half, that was the true touchdown that was scored. Myles Garrett again. How did they score the second half? Interceptions. The defense. The defense did a whole lot of damage this game, a whole lot, and they did a lot of the scoring. I think Lamar Jackson truly drove downfield and scored probably twice. The Browns defense is like that. It is like that. Let me pull these highlights up for y'all right quick. All right, here y'all go. We're going to run this back.
Comes the blitz. Roquan picked up for a moment. Flacco rolling, and he throws on the run, and it's intercepted. Nate Wiggins. And Wiggins inside Browns territory. Flacco's trying to change. Flacco, look at
y'all
the throw.
know the story with them. He almost threw
his
another
tight end,
one.
his
Lucky
rookie
his tight end got up there because that would have sailed any bit higher. That guy would have got that. But y'all know the story too well with the Browns, man. Their offense is absolutely atrocious. It's atrocious, man. And they just couldn't score enough points to keep up with the Ravens. But with them turning the ball over constantly, it gave Lamar Jackson plenty of opportunities to go down there and score. That's pretty much what it was. It wasn't like Lamar Jackson and the Ravens just came out and dominated them on offense. When you see that score, you would think that. But that's not what that game was. You seen that example today. Today versus the Packers. The Packers could not score today. But the offense still stunk for the Ravens. For the Browns, I'm sorry. The Browns still sucked on offense. That's just what it was. Flacco still is garbage. He's garbanzo beans, man. So if it wasn't for some block field goals and some turnovers and a bunch of sacks for that defense, the Browns wouldn't have beat them. But their offense in Green Bay is not high powered like people was trying to make it seem. It's still Jordan Love. I still have the same stance on Jordan Love that I had before, is that he's just a mediocre quarterback and he takes the opportunities given to him. That's it. It's nothing special there. It's nothing special there. When you got a defense that can get back there and tap the quarterback, Jordan Love makes bad decisions. You've seen it with the interception today. Our problem is our GM, for some reason, just don't believe that we need a pass rush for some reason. The teams that I watched today, the Eagles, the Rams, the Browns, all these teams, defense, front fours. I even seen the Eagles run a play where they ran all 4 edge rushers. They ran 4 edge rushers, bro. That is how rich they are in the pass rushing department. You know what I'm saying? And listen, even watching the Bears right now, because I'm glad you made this comment. Even watching the Bears right now, don't be fooled. They're fool's gold too. I said the Packers was fool's gold. They're fool's gold too. Listen, the Cowboys are horrible. Their defense is horrible. It is horrible. And then you took away Parsons, you know what I'm saying? The little bit of whatever they had. Dallas is garbage, bro. Caleb Williams does not look great. Even on that flea flicker play, it looked, it was sloppy. You know what I'm saying? It was sloppy. The flea flicker was sloppy. The running back almost got tackled, if we being honest about it. So don't be fooled by this either. Yeah, Caleb Williams looks good they don't have anybody getting back there on the quarterback. Dallas is horrible, and Lamb is out for the game. So don't let this fool you either. It's a lot of fool's gold. This is why I watch other teams play football. So when we have matchups against these squads, you know what to expect. So I tell people, man, if you can pay that little subscription, you know what I'm saying, get your red zone on. If you got Fire Stick, get your little red zone on. Do it, bro. Do it. Go and do it, man, because it's worth it. It's worth it, man. But yeah, the Bears are still trash, man. They're garbage. The Packers found out today that they weren't going undefeated. So I can't believe some of these players, some stuff come out their mouth, man. looking at some of the other squads that we got on our schedule today, for instance, like the Steelers, even though they won again, they suck. They suck. It's a lot of teams that's just they're not good. They're not good. And as far as contenders in the NFC in general, you got teams like the 49ers and stuff and all them teams around. The Rams today blew a game. Matthew Stafford gave them a chance, but you know what I'm saying? I think they scored a little bit too fast. I think that was, Sean McVay should have been a little bit more in control of that situation. They should have ran more clock because they left too much time on the clock for the Eagles to come down and score. So, they blew that game. Tampa Bay today. Tampa Bay barely beat the Jets today. The Jets came out and did their thing, blocked the field goal, but again, too much time on the clock. It was like a minute 40-something plus left. Aaron Glenn's guys just could not hold them down in that secondary, and they got down the field and won by a field goal. You know what I'm saying? So Aaron Glenn's the second game like that he's lost this close. The amount of blocked field goals and fumbles today was absolutely crazy. But looking at the opponents in our division, just in our conference is, man, it's been a lot of disappointing performances today. Nick Bosa went down for the 49ers today. I don't know how severe that is. Like I say, a couple of players went down with Achilles injuries today. One broken ankle. Like it's been bad, man. We've been very, very fortunate to not have to suffer some of them devastating injuries so far this season. So, tomorrow night is going to be very interesting going up against this Ravens team because we can't go off that Browns game and say that the Detroit Lions should be able to do this. I almost want to take that video down that I made and delete it simply because our defense can't even sit in the same room as the Browns defense, if we're being honest about it. Our defense ain't like that. It's not. We don't have that type of pass rush. And like I said, the Bears game that we just played, for Lions fans, I'm just hoping it is not as much as fool's gold as I think it is, because I think a lot of the Lions fan base is a little bit too confident after that game. You know what I'm saying? The Bears are not a good football team. And the team that we're getting ready to face on offense is night and day. Their defense, night and day. So this is definitely going to be a tough game, and it's in their house. National TV game, we usually show up and show out. We're wearing the all whites tomorrow. Hopefully all of those things play a part. But got to tone it down and bring it down some, man, as Lions fans, and be a little bit more realistic and into reality, because not saying that the Ravens are some big bad beast that just can't be beaten. I still stick to that. They are extremely and wildly inconsistent as a football team. And if you know how to get on them early, man. I know they missing some key players on their defense. It's not even a defense I'm worried about. Our offense is extremely powerful. It's not our offense, it's our defense that I'm worried about. Because one thing that we don't have athletes in the linebacker room that get across the field, quick enough to be able to defend some of these tight end plays and these screens and things like that. Another thing, our secondary has been a little bit iffy, because if we're not getting that pressure on the quarterback, good luck. And some of the schemes that we've been doing, Shep said he hasn't really, got any sleep. That's a great thing to hear, because you're gonna have to cook up something. Because if we cannot get to Lamar Jackson or put pressure on Lamar Jackson, they are going to destroy us offensively. I don't care how much Zay Flowers drops the ball. They're going to destroy us, bro. So this game is really a huge, huge test for the Detroit Lions, man. They got some, man, we got some woo. It's tough, man. It is really, really tough. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So, yeah, I see. Yeah, that, we as far as the injury report goes, obviously, we got guys on there that's questionable that we should know that we're going to be questionable, like Taylor Decker and Kirby and them guys. They just nursing injuries. That's how it goes. But the one guy that is out for this game, I'm still not going to pull the trigger on Mr. Melvin Holmes. I'm still not going to pull the trigger on him. Not yet. But the one guy I said better not be injured this season is out this game. And this is probably the first of the two biggest games of your entire season. He's not available. All the crying and whining and cussing and fussing when I went off on Brad Holmes about not being serious about going to get edge rushers. And this guy is out. Davenport is out with a chest injury. And I still don't know the severity of it. And I'm watching the Eagles out here playing games with 4 edge rushers in the game, including Darius Smith. I don't even count Levi and Pascal. When we drafted them, I said, what the hell are we doing? If anybody in this comment section was watching that live draft, they can tell you themselves. I was like, what the hell are we doing with these picks? I didn't want one of them. You got one coming out of college that's already been dealing with injuries. That's never good. We should have learned that before. Kerryon Johnson, Ezekiel Anza. And then you have another guy is picked in the second round, which I thought was extremely high to go and get Anzarike, when you had other guys sitting right there. National champion, proven dudes that was sitting right there. So those two names don't even exist to me. They don't even exist to me. Yeah, definitely, man, been looking good at been looking good in the inside. I really miss McNeil though, because we need more push up that middle to help with the pass rush. Man, we just need pass rush. That's just what it is. And tomorrow's going to tell you if we can have a decent pass rush, because it's not elite. I can tell you that with my own mouth right now. That Bears game ain't fooling nobody. The Bears offensive line is an Ole offensive line. But tomorrow night is going to tell you if we have a decent pass rush. I am looking forward to Muhammad getting his opportunity tomorrow. I think he's going to make the best of it. Whenever he gets in the game, he does something. You know what I'm saying? With him being a starter tomorrow, most likely, I would love to see him get in the backfield and get his hands on Lamar Jackson. I really do, because I really, really am high on Muhammad, man. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But like I said, they're going to have to throw multiple guys at him. They got to mix some things up out there. We can't be dropping Hutch back in coverage too much. We can't be doing all these goofy things that we've seen so far. Yeah, I see. I'm watching the Bears game. But like I said, that's the talking about Ole, the Packers defense is Ole. Not the Packers, the Cowboys defense is Ole. They are very Ole. So it's not hard to score against the Packers. I keep calling the Packers the Cowboys. It's the Micah Parsons thing, man. Ain't y'all so glad that we don't have to hear about this dude this week, man? Only thing we're going to hear about this week is the offense. We're going to hear about Jordan Love not being good and things like that. We don't have to hear about Parsons and the Packers are, they're undefeated and all this garbage. We don't have to hear that this week. They probably won't even talk about the Packers as much this week simply because of what happened. You know how they do in the media, man. When they do all that gloating and talking about a team and they're going to be this and they might win the Super Bowl and all this, and then when a team have a loss like that, they don't want to talk about them. What's going on, William? Yeah, man, definitely excited for Muhammad, man, and Hutch. I want to see how this combination looks out here. Give him an opportunity to be a problem out there. But again, a linebacker core I'm a little nervous about, because like I said, we got some good linebackers, man. They're just not athletes like that. And then the attempts that we have had where we try to rush Derek Barnes and stuff like it just hasn't been working. So this is week 3. They had another opportunity this week to put a lot of work in. Hopefully we can see something a little bit different. Hopefully they come out ready for it. You know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of people feel away same way about the Packers right now. I can't wait to put this shirt. I can't wait to wear this damn shirt. I made a shirt for the Packers. That when we beat the Packers, the next time we play them, I can't wait to be sporting this shirt after that game. I swear. So I made a shirt within the confines of what I could do as far as not getting flagged for using the Lions logos and everything else. But I end up making this t-shirt right here, which I'm probably going to end up dropping the price. I already got a special discount code, but I might drop the price a little bit. Because I don't know why Fourth Wall just always likes to start out high. But yeah, I can't wait to wear that t-shirt. Can't wait to wear that t-shirt, man. Let me show y'all what it looked like. Let's go here. Let's go with the products. Let's see. How can I pull this up? Trying to see how I can pull this up for y'all right quick. Okay, this is how we can do it. I got it. There you go. This is what the shirt looked like right now. Of course, I got FGB on there for F Green Bay. Some people use, FTP for F the Packers, but I prefer F Green Bay. But yeah, it's a lion with the cheese in the mouth. Basically, that's what we do. We eat cheese. We don't. That's what we do, man. So, but that's what the t-shirt looked like. Let me pull this down. I had to pull myself back in the studio. Man, y'all be tripping. I don't know, man. I don't think he's gonna be the issue. I do not think he's gonna be the issue. I think we're gonna spend too much. We're gonna spend too much personnel trying to make sure he's not the issue, and I think it's gonna open up things down the field. One thing that the Lions have done previously is put their corners on an island and leave everything up to them, which I think is absolutely BS. If I was a corner playing on this team, I'd be ready to cuss and fuss. But like I said, it's we compensate too much because we don't have that front four that can rush the passer on their own, and trying to compensate for that gets us killed against certain teams, which I'm really really tired of that scenario. I just want to be able to send four and rush the passer, bro. That's it. That's it. I wouldn't be, man, if you seen that Browns game, man, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised, but again, we don't have that front four. So I know it's gonna be tough. Like we're good against the run, Steve. We're still good against the run. That's not a concern. Like I said, Williams has been good in the middle. Him, Lopez, Wingo, those guys, they've been helping hold it down with Reader. That's not my concern. My biggest concern is, like I said, overcompensating and then leaving that back end wide open for, Lamar to pick us apart. That's my biggest concern. Yeah, so like I said, the Ravens, man, when it comes to our offense, they got some key players out. We just got to protect Jared Goff enough. We don't want him to get too flustered to where he starts throwing picks all over the place. Protect him enough and just keep it simple on the offense. Do what we do on the offense, bro. Just don't come out there trying to be too safe and vanilla. Come out there and play our game. Use Amon-Ra, use J-Mo, use Laporta. If them running backs can't get it going, hit them out the backfield. Use your dynamic offense. But I think that's what this game is going to be. It's going to end up being the battle of the offenses. Yeah. Yeah. Them dudes is out, man. They out for tomorrow. That helps us, obviously. But like I said, it's not even that I was concerned with in the first place. That's not my concern. So, yeah. I just hope Zay Flowers has one of them Zay Flowers days where you can't catch nothing. That's what I want to see. Have one of them days where you can't catch nothing, bro. Yeah. We're one of the top, I think, 3 teams as far as tackling this season so far. Not really my concern. If I'm not mistaken, we was number 2 with only 2 missed tackles so far. I seen that today on Twitter. So yeah, I'm not worried about us tackling. I'm just worried about, us having to tackle after they made a big play already. That's that. I mean, it's one thing to say, hey, we don't miss tackles, but it's another thing to say, hey, we gave up the play, but we still tackled the guy. But Dak Prescott is paid that man all that money. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. They caught us coming in this season without playing in preseason. People thought that they was better than what they were. And a lot of people just found out today that the Packers are still the same. Yeah, the pass rush might got a little bit better, but their Packers are still the same. They always had a good defense, but that offense just ain't good enough to go up against the top tier teams in this league. It's just not. The Vikings had fun today. My God. You talking about battle of the backups, man. Boy, Browning, God, he was terrible. You know what? I'm very, very happy that the Vikings did what they did against the Bengals today. Because maybe that makes you hurry up and go ahead and push the button and trade Hendrickson over here for the second round pick we finna send y'all. Go ahead and send Hendrickson over here. Well, let us use him for the rest of the year for the second round pick, bro. Because at this point, you're just wasting your time over there if you Hendrickson, man. Ain't nothing popping over there. Y'all, if y'all smart, go into this draft with a high draft pick and go and get some more protection for your quarterback. The Bengals is another one of them teams, man. I just never understood that they don't get it. You have to protect your quarterback. Burrow year after year is hurt. So I mean, you would think they would get the picture. Yeah, he's also on the market. They're definitely about to package up Kayvon Thibodeau and get him out of there. That would be so funny though to have him and Hutch on the same team after all that controversy between those two. Boy, I was almost getting death threats, man, because I said that Hutch was better than Kayvon. Oh, you just a homer, you a Michigan homer, and all of this stuff and that and la 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 la. Look how that turned out. I said specifically during that time, Kayvon Thibodeau cares more about his brand than football. And all he's done since he's been in New York is make commercials and try to sell his brand. That's it. That is it. Because when you look at the numbers, it's like, what are we talking about? I mean, it might get in the way of them trying to do some big things on offense. They have to actually sit and wait and, for the young guys that they drafted to develop, which could be a good thing for them. But as far as bringing other big names and having money to pay down the line, that may be a little thing. But by that time, they probably trade him. This is the Packers we talking about. They ain't gonna hold on to guys that they can't. Good franchises figure that out. You know what I'm saying? They figure those things out. They figure out ways to move contracts and things like that. So, like I said, I think in the future the Packers will figure something out. But right now, to me, if you want to compete against the Lions every year and potentially a Vikings team, which we'll see what happens with that, because I think they should have stripped the whole thing down. If you was gonna go to a quarterback in the draft and get rid of the quarterback that took you places, and I feel like you should have tore down even a little bit more, man, and got more as far as the draft and some assets and things like that. But they're kind of like in this little area right now. I think the Vikings just going to be that middle team for a while. Like I said, who's to say JJ might get his stuff together and turn out to be what we saw flashes of? It's still too early in his career. We'll see. But in the meantime, it's just like they're just that middle of the pack type of team right now when it comes to our NFC North. So yeah. The Bears, same thing. The Bears are where we were, a couple years ago. Obviously they got a young quarterback. We didn't have to go through that. We ended up getting Jared Goff, but young receivers, some young players on that team that need to develop. Like I said, right now is the time for the Detroit Lions to not be messing around. So that's one of the frustrating parts about it. This is the window now to not be messing around. You want to take advantage of the opportunity that you have right now, because these teams they're not gonna lag behind too much. Yeah. And John, what are you talking about? You trying to get put in timeout, bro? You trying to get put in timeout? Put you in timeout, man. Yeah, he is. That's why he costs so much, and that's why the Browns are never going to have anything on the offensive side of the ball ever. It's because of how much money that defense is going to cost them over there. What good is it if, you beat the Packers today, but teams there where you say, I mean, you just absolutely cannot stop from scoring. You're not going to beat those teams. That's just what it is. You're not going to beat those teams. And that's what happened against the Ravens. that the other team's defense is going to attack that terrible offense for the Browns, and all it's going to take them is 1 or 2 touchdowns to beat you on their offense. So, like I said, the Browns are in prison. The Browns are in prison. The fact that Myles Garrett was trying to get, Max Crosby over there is absolutely insane. You don't need Max Crosby, bro. Y'all need offensive players over there. Because having Joe Flacco at quarterback is not the move. I feel like you would have had a way better chance today if Shedeur Sanders was quarterback. You would have had way more opportunities to score points if Shedeur Sanders was your quarterback. Flacco is, man, he's beyond washed up. Joe Flat Throw. That's exactly what he is, though. My goodness. I didn't know what I was watching on that offense. Yeah, man. Lions got to take advantage this week. They got to take advantage this week. Let's go back to social media and see what's going on in Lions land. Yeah, that flea flicker was terrible. I ain't trying to hear that. Oh my God, the Bears actually had a sack on that play. look at Aaron Glenn, bro. It's good to see him having some fun out there. You know what I'm saying? Got a team over there in the Jets. No real expectations on that team. Had an opportunity to have a major upset against the Tampa Bay Bucks today, man. Feels good to see him having fun over there. Running all over the place. What's up with the Tigers, bro? Why we got y'all in here? Somebody help me understand what happened. I'm gonna tell you what happened. Tigers, you know what I'm saying? They got that syndrome, man. They got the Brad Holmes syndrome. They didn't want to spend no money. They went out and got a bunch of guys, old dudes and guys, and it's coming back to bite them in the behind right now. I just don't understand it. My goodness. Man, they can't beat nobody right now. You should have went out there and spent some money. This is the National Baseball League we talking about here. You go spend some money, bro. You act like it's this ain't like the NFL and NBA with the caps that we got in those leagues, bro. Go spend some money and bring some players in here. Instead, you just bring a bunch of dudes in here. You already ain't paying nobody on your team. Why not go and get the right guys to take your team to the next level? So now you suffering. Like, come on, bro. Yeah. I don't know. So it's gonna be a long day tomorrow. It's gonna be a long day waiting for the game to come on, man. Appreciate the super chat, William, again. Scott Harris screwed it. Signing no one useful. Hey, it's pretty much everything that I just said. Now he's playing nervous. Same thing, bro. Same exact thing. Yep. That's exactly it. That's exactly it. Poor man's mentality. Poverty franchise mentality is what we have when you talk about the Tigers and Sky Harris. Poverty mindset. Yeah, I watched that game. I watched that whole game. Watched that whole game, man. Rams should have won that game. They just didn't burn enough clock. That's on them. That's their fault. But yeah, that's Scott Harris's fault. It takes money to win sometimes. It really does. Not paying players, not going to get players can sometimes flip your franchise upside down. You got to take them opportunities when they present themselves. If you want to win in this league, the NFL is not a friendly league. If you want to win in this league, you have to do the basics. I think us as Lions fans, we get so caught up on, Brad Holmes drafting well that we think it's some special thing. If you look at teams that have been good, franchises that have been good over a long period of time, they always draft well. That's why they're good. But then when it comes to making trades and free agency, they also do what they need to do. And that's the difference between Lions fans and some of the other fan bases. They know what that looks like. We don't, for some reason. We just think just because you draft well, we put you on a pedestal and you become God and we just fall at your feet. Man, we don't take care of business when it comes to free agency and making trades. We don't. And it's holding us back. If we did the proper things that we needed to do, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, I'm not saying everything that he do is wrong, but holding on to these ragtag guys, you know what I'm saying? Guys like Davenport, some of the other guys that we've brung in here over the years, kept giving them chances and stuff like that. Yeah, we can't be that franchise. At first, when you building a team, yeah, you can do that. But when it's winning time, eventually you got to stop. You know what I'm saying? It's time to go and get some real guys. Yeah. Yeah. I get so sick of talking about Howie Roseman, but he does everything that makes sense, bro. He does everything that makes sense. He drafts the right guys. He goes out and get guys. He takes the opportunities in front of him. The Eagles have been good for a while. And they're still going to be good for a while because they got a lot of youth on that team. They're not worried about paying this guy and paying this guy 5, 10, 20 years down the line. Yeah, he gets it. That's why they won the Super Bowl. And that's why we finna be scratching and surviving to get in the playoffs and make some noise this year. I can't even really say that no more because this schedule is starting to look a little bit lighter. A lot of these teams are starting to look a little bit lighter. Some injuries taking place. Some of the things that I was talking about, they are happening. So injuries taking place. Teams look like they taking their foot off the pedal early because, things are just not going right. So, yeah. Man. 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 Yeah. These are some boring football games. This Bears and Cowboys game, the hitter stance has been 14-31 for a while now. Some boring football games on. The first slew of games were great. These afternoon going into the evening games are horrible. That was good, Dion. Yeah, listen. Yeah, that felt good today, didn't it? Shout out to Tom Grossi, man. I know he was feeling it today because I know he wasn't prepared for that loss. Nobody would have thought the Browns would actually win this game. I would have thought that they would make it tough. But to block field goals and all the events that took place was just crazy. I expected Jordan Love to throw interceptions. I expected that to happen. But I expect them to win because the offense is so terrible. But then again, you look at how many points it took for them to win. So, yeah. Defense wins you games and it wins you championships. We would have had 2 championships if our defense was good enough. San Francisco wouldn't have came back that game. And with all the injuries we had on the defense last year, we just couldn't stop Washington. but we probably would have been in the Super Bowl twice. That you would think would create the urgency to go and get some players, some real players, and shore up that defense. But I guess not. So, yeah. Yeah, just can't stay on the field, man. It's just too common of a story for us. You know what I'm saying? With some of these guys. It's unfortunate for Rakestraw because he was having a great camp before he went down. And that was another freak accident type of injury too, man. But like I said, those type of things happen with certain guys because their bodies are just not built for that type of impact. And Davenport is another one. He didn't even hit the ground that hard and injured himself on that sack. I watched that replay over and over. I'm like, how did you hurt yourself on this tackle? Like, that just tells me your body just ain't built for the NFL type of pounding. Everybody's body is not meant for that. I mean, you tackled the guy, you went to the ground, now your chest is hurt. What happened? Like, what happened? You didn't fall funny or anything. Like, what was? Yeah. So, okay. Tell me if I'm tripping, y'all. Am I tripping? I don't think I am. And I'm not saying like it's his fault. I'm just saying it's just the reality sometimes. And as an organization, you need to realize that. You're the GM. You need to realize that, hey, this guy his body ain't built for it, man. It's time to pull a plug on this project. Some guys are extremely durable. Chargers trying to get a comeback. It's 20-13 right now in Denver. They on the move right now. They lost their starting running back towards Achilles, man. They showed the replay. I ain't seen a pop like that in a long time. Like, you usually see him on the replays. That pop was bad, man. And as a running back, tearing your Achilles is not good. Not good at all. Yeah. Yeah, I seen that. Yeah, James Conner, yeah. Cardinals look like they just got a pick. Is that it? Yeah, you just got a pick. The Cardinals just got a pick. See what you got, Chargers. What you gonna draw up, Harbaugh? What a play. What a play. Touchdown, Chargers. What a play. What a scramble. Okay, Allen. I see you. Keenan Allen. Yeah, Dak is just terrible, man. I'm watching the replay to it right now on Red Zone. You paid him all that money. He threw it right to the guy. It wasn't even close to the receiver. He threw it off your back leg, but it wasn't even close to landing home, bro. I don't even understand some of the picks that Dak Prescott throws. That's why when we played him last time, man, we was picking the ball left and right. I don't even understand who he be throwing to half the time. He just be chucking the ball up there. He been washed. He was never it. I don't know how he got that contract. Yeah. Yeah. They did look good. Like I said, they should have run that. They should have won that game. That game was mismanaged. Mismanaged football game. That was on Sean McVay, if you ask me. You don't leave enough time on the clock like that for a team to come down and score on you. It is the Eagles, bro. You keep that ball away from them. You got Matthew Stafford. You will get in field goal range. Take your time. Run the football. Give it to Williams. Give it to Blake Corum. Let them two run and run that clock down. Yeah, AJ Brown just make it very, very hard for you at times, man. When he's healthy, man, he is a problem. I don't care who you put on this dude, man. AJ Brown is a dog, bro. Yeah, they terrible. Man, the Seahawks is putting it on the Saints. God, it's 44-13. They came out the gate killing. They done ran back a punt. They done almost ran back a kickoff. Ran back for a touchdown off a turnover. They done blocked something. The Seahawks destroyed the Saints today. Okay, Bo Nix. All right, what you got? You ran out of bounds, you sucker. I got Bo Nix sitting on the bench in my fantasy too. I don't know, man. Well, we got them Ravens tomorrow. I don't know, man. I don't know. Like I said, I want to do more videos for y'all like that with clips, you know what I'm saying, after the game, upcoming games, man. But of course, that video got flagged for copyright. That's what make us, creators, we so hesitant to do it, man, because the NFL they just so, ugh. I knew it was going to get copyrighted, but I did it anyway. You surprised, Dion? Dallas ain't good. And them boys ain't good at all. How about Daniel Jones, though? According to New York fans, they said that Daniel Jones was no good. Instead of their franchise not being good. I think it was more on the Giants because the Colts undefeated. And they went and blew out Tennessee today. So shout out to Daniel Jones, man. He been doing his thing. Danny Dimes out here balling. Man. For now, until we play a real team. We'll see. When they play a real squad, we'll see what happens. But they start beating some real teams, and that'll really raise my antennas. Yeah. Yeah. Anthony Richards is one of them young quarterbacks that just hurt himself a lot, man. Just did things to hurt himself that he just didn't have to do. Man, the Broncos ain't been a real squad to me since the 90s. Even when they won, even when Peyton Manning was over there, I just felt like that defense, it was just I just felt that team was fluky. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a hater. The Broncos ain't been good in a long time, like real good, like really a real good team. Yeah, that's another thing I was looking at today. A lot of these performances from these backup quarterbacks, man. Jared Goff tweak his ankle, we in trouble, bro. Another thing that we just won't take serious with this team is getting a real backup. And that's been for a long time, bro. That's been for a long time. I'm talking all the way back to Stafford area before Stafford. Just when it came to backup quarterbacks, man, I don't know. Yeah, because yeah. 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 Sure. Sure he is. Sure he is. I was waiting for somebody to say it. Man, that man ain't no good. You're playing in a real regular season game against a good team, man. We done. It's a wrap. Like, yeah, I see Joe Milton in the game. All right, Joe. Let's see. Let's show that arm. Dak Prescott can't get the ball down the field. Play action. That's what I'm. See. These teams don't want to play these young quarterbacks, man. Like, bro, play him. You drafted him. Your quarterback is garbage. Play him. Y'all might actually score a touchdown. Man, okay. You said I was fooling. Okay. You said I was clowning. All right, bro. Bring him in for a motivation speech. That's about it. There you go, Joe. There you go. There you go, Joe. There you go. Look at that. Put Joe Milton in. You finna score on this garbage Bears defense, bro. What? These teams hurt themselves. It's the same thing I just said to y'all earlier about the Browns. The Browns put Shedeur Sanders in today. They probably scored way more points. A lot more opportunities. Why? Because that versatility. Play action, the ability to escape, set his feet, and throw the football. That's wild. Dak Prescott just sitting there getting paid. And you got a guy you know coming in here just in garbage time, just making things look easy. Sometimes that refuels your team. Those players know who the better player is most of the time. They know who, if it's talent on the squad. Look at Joe. Even though they called that play all the way back, he's still throwing darts. That's wild. Ain't missed a pass yet. That's wild, bro. But like I said, these franchises, man, it be some bull stuff. It be some bull stuff going on behind the scenes, bro. They us. Now all of a sudden everybody on the Cowboys is open. Funny how that works, man. Anyway, man, just wanted to come on here and do an hour with y'all. It's been an hour. Talk some football. Talk a little bit about the Lions. Like I said, we got a big, huge game tomorrow. Man, I'll be on streaming before the game. So around 7:30 tomorrow, get ready because we'll be on here to really, really break down and talk about the game going into it. And yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun day tomorrow. You want me to keep going, man? I mean, yeah, okay. I give you a little bit longer. I'll do that. I ain't got no problem with that. Scored a touchdown right here and kicked the onside kick. 7:30, Jason. 7:30 tomorrow. We'll be going live before the game. I don't know if I'm gonna stream during the game though, man. It is extremely, for me. I'll be on here. I won't say nothing. Like it's just I just can't. Like when it comes to the game, man, I just can't be on here chit chatting and watching the game. It's just something I just can't do. I'm a football purist, man. I got to be locked in. You know what I'm saying? I have to be locked in. I need to see everything that's going on. And plus, I just like watching it on my TV. So versus in the office. So yeah. 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 The Chargers, man. The Chargers got some tests coming up in the schedule too. Like I said, these early records. Like even though the fact that the Chiefs is 0-2, I don't know if they're gonna be good enough to push it to where people think they are. I said personally that I thought they would take a step back this season. That's kind of showing right now. Yeah, we'll see what happens with the Chiefs. But eventually you got to take a step back. What's good, Don? What's going on? Boy, I ain't seen you in a minute. Doing good, man. Doing good. They all in the living room now. I can hear them. Y'all can't hear them, but I can hear them. But yeah, doing good, man. Good to see you, man. What's good, Max? There's some faces coming in here. Man, I know some of y'all Pistons fans in there. Y'all waiting, man. We got 31 days before the season. You know, once we get into, camp and everything with the Pistons, because I was hoping to do some videos on the Pistons potentially in Rico Hines or, working out here or playing in this league. You ain't seen none of that this season, man. So this offseason has been extremely boring. Extremely boring. Yeah. Yeah, man. I'm trying to get something to talk about with the Pistons. It's literally nothing. It's a ghost town. It's dead out there. Yeah, the Tigers, bro. That's wild, dog. That is wild to think of. But then again, it's not like I said, man. When you got an organization that want to sit on their fingers and they don't want to, spend some money, then that's what happened. So, I mean, tough titty. Jim Harbaugh, 3-0. This man ain't lost a game in a while. National champ, you come into the league and yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I know the Pistons media day tomorrow. It's gonna be boring. I'm probably gonna do a video on it anyway. It's probably gonna be boring. It was boring last year. I know that, but I'll grab the photos and video clips and bring everything together for the Pistons fans in here, but it's probably gonna be boring. I don't know, man. I don't know, but it's annoying. It's annoying. If you gonna do it, then do it, bro. If not, then I mean, it would be nice if we could play for the Pistons this season. That team would be ridiculously dangerous in the Eastern Conference. Yep, that sealed the deal through a pick. We was in your corner, Joe. Well, that ended well. Like the receiver back was turned. He wasn't even looking for the ball. Like, what are you doing? I swear the NFL be so rigged sometimes, bro. News be out there doing crazy stuff, man. Everybody that come in here say the same thing, bro. Man, forget Green Bay. Yeah, you need to hurry up, man. Figure it out. Do what you're going to do. I don't know. But I got to get out of here, man. I got to get ready. Got some things. Got to get my kids ready for school and everything else. So, and like I said, most likely this week is going to be hectic because I'm in the process of moving. So, yeah. But in the meantime, y'all keep it 100, man. Enjoy the rest of these games if you can. But get ready for tomorrow. And I'll see y'all at 7:30 tomorrow so we can talk Lions Ravens. Peace.